Thank you. It's been an eventful couple weeks since we last talked about what's going on in the Niantic project. So there's a lot to be talked about. So let's dig right into it. I'll start with the screen shares and some business that's going on in the world of Niantic. Share. Second time's a charm. Things are moving a lot more smoothly. So this week in the Niantic project, we've had a few announcements. We see, as far as anomalies are going on, we've got on December 13th, coming up in a couple weeks, a few anomalies. And this week, it was announced that Oliver Linton Wolf will be attending the Barcelona Darsana anomaly. And he will actually be giving out the Eve badge. It's not new, it's old. And actually, this is another chance for people who didn't earn the Eve badge to get it. If they bring one or more new agents between level 1 and 6 that they have recruited to Darsana Barcelona. And Susanna Moyer and Clue will be present in Charleston, South Carolina during the Darsana anomaly on December 13th. Now, as far as what's been going on in the story, we've seen a lot of posts from Hank Johnson over these last couple of weeks. It's been pretty nice. We've been getting a pretty constant flow of information from him. Going back to where we last left off, around November 16th, November 20th was our last show. On the November 26th, we got Jahan showed me her grandfather's library. And Hank began to dig through the library, and she's been showing him texts that as Hank says here, Jahan helped me to interpret or at least understand some of the ancient texts. She was surprised by my interest in them. I explained to her that many of them seemed to be texts believed lost, connected to 13 Magnus and maybe even the Nazir. She laughed, amused, which kind of leads one to wonder, how much does she know about this? You find out later on that police had arrived at her palatial home. He says, she sent me to another room where a guru asked me to sit down across from him. The weird thing is that my memory of what happened next is very blurred. The guru had him chant a mantra, and from that point on, it seemed as though the police who were hunting for him weren't able to see him. So that again reinforces that question, who exactly is this Jahan character? There's something more to her. She's not just a standard scientist or educated person that initially she led herself to be. So that's Hank. He escaped from that through the, whatever mystical powers there were that Jahan's family has. This is probably something like Asmati, where Jahan's family belongs to some long lineage, whereas Asmati was a member of, at least had knowledge of the 13 Magnus secret, apparently. Now, Devra has been more interesting. We've only gotten this one piece recently that said anything about what Devra's been up to. Excuse the clearing my throat, sorry. And this is part 2 of Felicia's story about Devra's interrogation. Well, kind of like a job interview, right? That's how they sold it to her, I'm sure, at Hulong Transglobal. And after she'd been, quizzed by them in several different times by different people, Ni and now Hog, I'm sure I butchered that name, sorry, Huang. Yeah. Dr. Bogdanovich has decided to take a different way out and she was done cooperating. Devra was led into the room, it says. This room is an interrogation room with Catherine Fan on the other side of the window watching Huang and Devra talk. And after much of this, they're both getting frustrated. It comes to a point where Devra stands up. She's tall. She reached into her purse and she lights up a smoke. and talks to him about, where the vaccine is. It's clear he wants the vaccine and he's not going to relent. And then Deborah walks up to him. She spins around and holds up her hand in front of Huang's face. He froze. Delicate fingers from the other hand reached up to her ring finger. This isn't a wedding ring, Dr. Huang. He'd initially called her Miss Bogdanovich. The fingers tripped a hidden spring and a needle popped out. It's a poisoner's ring. Huang lost control. He fled to the floor, tried to open it, but it was locked. You're going to inject me? Bogdanovich smiled. No. She turned back to the mirror and she jabbed the ring into her neck near her jugular vein. So I'm definitely on a cliffhanger to see what is going to happen next. And I'm sure it'll post before we can tell you about it next week. So you're just going to have to follow Felicia and find out what exactly it is that's going to happen. Now, before my time's up on this brief moment I've got here, I want to put in a plug also for First Saturday. Niantic Project and Ingress have been posting quite a bit, including this video that Susanna's posted, encouraging people to attend the First Saturday events this coming Saturday. You can see in this map, there will be First Saturday events all around the world. So there's probably one close to you, including one locally here for me in Springville, Utah. So attend that if you're close by. And thank you for giving me this time to share the truth of the Niantic Project and the investigation with you.